Hello there, folks, and welcome to Derby County Strikerless. Now, look, I'm sure you've used many formations on Football Manager, and Strikerless is one that befuddles and confuses many, but not I. The plan is to take Derby County from a middling Premier League position to the top, and we intend to do that starting today. Now, if you've not already watched some of this series, and this is your first time, welcome aboard. We've managed to get Derby out of the relegation mire and points deduction mire of the Championship and elevate them to the Premier League. Last year, we finished a middling 10th, and Derby County was saved. But now comes part 2 of this epic adventure, where we look to win a Premier League title in the next 3 years. And this is our summer window to hopefully enable us to do that. Welcome to, as I say, Derby County, but strikerless. Don't have the but's not in the title, obviously. I'm not using the but in the title. Hello there, folks. Again, welcome to anyone that's new and always pick the series back up, and welcome back to those of you that are already watching the series. There is, a catalogue of prequel of how we got ourselves out of the bottom of things to the top. Shout out to our Tycoon owners who have really helped. I want to take more credit. I thought it was going to be more of a grind. It really wasn't a grind. Surviving, thriving, and now... well, let's take a look at the window, and how have we done? Now, we had £50 million to spend. That's loads to spend, by the way, for a newly promoted side that needs a few key additions. The stupid thing to do would be to spend 80% of that on one player. But that's what I did. Welcome to the side then, Michael Elise, the Frenchman from Crystal Palace. I'm sure many of you are extremely familiar with him, having had a really good, almost breakthrough season in the Premier League this year. We've picked him up. He's already worth loads of money. He's on 110 grand. It's loads. For 38.5 million. It's a lot of money, but I think we've got ourselves a bit of a player here. You'd hope so, wouldn't you, for all the money? Of course, we have sold some players. We'll come to that in a minute, but I want to kick things off with Michael. Welcome to the team. Can play so many positions that we're going to need going forward this season. Can't play striker? Not necessary. Doesn't matter. So here we go then. We're cooking on gas as Elise comes in, and I'm excited. He's got everything. The passing, the off the ball could be slightly better. It's the only thing I worry about, but the passing, the physical attributes, the agility as well, the dribbling, the first free kick taking, he's got everything. Love him very much. He and whoever plays on the other side, maybe it will be Wilfred Zaha. We're becoming Crystal Palace, but only briefly. I'm bringing in quite an expensive player, and we had to let one go. Adam Armstrong has left us. We brought him in to sort of be a left winger. He's played centre mid for us a little bit, as you can see from the very small red dot you can see on screen there. It didn't really do it for us. I mean, in the 2 seasons he was here, he never quite did what we were expecting. Bought for 1.8 million though, sold on for 9 million. Again, as much as I thought it was a decent acquisition for us, again, cutting him from that left-hand side, very pacey. Didn't really ever cut it. So yeah, off he goes, and that's one of the strikers out the door. And before we go any further then, let's go on some of the outs. And Karl Darlow has gone to live in Philadelphia, off to America, off to the East Coast. Enjoy it, my friend Karl, 33 years of age. He didn't play for us last year. He was the backup goalkeeper. We've got a new backup goalkeeper, but Karl Darlow has left us 700k. I think for the 1.5 million we paid and the promotion season that we had, money well spent. Karl, thank you for your service, but off you go now. Someone else who falls into that category is Jake Clark-Salter, who's gone off to Preston, came in, did a job, got us promoted in that season, then last year didn't feature at all for us. Has gone off to Preston. I think he'll be pretty good there. Hasn't started so well, but again, a free transfer, £2.9 million brought in. As you can see, we made some money. So the illicit money that we spent, we have managed to bring in a little bit too, so we can go out and spend that. Just 2 little quick ones before the biggest sale. I know, the biggest sale. Danny Welbeck's gone off to Panathinaikos. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. Again, he was a good servant for us in that Championship season. I've got fond memories of that promotion year, and he was a big part of it. And finally, Jamal Lascelles then has also gone to Greece. I don't know why. Didn't really play for us that much in the Championship. Didn't really play for that much in the Premier League. Off he goes. Thanks for being the 4th choice backup, Jamal. That was kind of your role. But this, and I'm pained to do this. I don't enjoy doing this. For those that have watched the prequel series, you'll know excellent Marvin, who did have a real name. Marvin Peceta, I'm hoping. He was really good for us. Again, in that promotion year, was so good. And then last year was just okay. And we had to strengthen that middle part of the pitch. And we're selling him to hopefully do that. And you'll see from the signings that we've made. 9.5 million from Krasnodar was too much money to turn down, basically, for a player, again, that we're making big profit on to hopefully recycle and bring in some higher caliber players. So that was sort of the thought process. I don't love it, but believe me, Marvin, you were excellent. And, I can't even look at him because it makes me emotional. So let's start with some of the ins then. And Alex has joined us back from last season where we had a good Premier League campaign. Alessandro Brogiano that's why we've called him Alex. Yeah, sounds like someone's left the gas on. It was really good for us last year. We're having to pay a little bit more this year, but again, a really solid acquisition for us. Whether he's our starting centre-back this year, though, that begs a question. Because we've gone out and spent the 9 million we got for excellent Marvin on Jack OConnell. Now, if you've played Football Manager, this man has all the right attributes to play as a ball-playing centre-back. That's what we've got him. And we've teamed him up with a couple of decent centre-backs ourselves. So, 9 million quid, Sheffield United, had a couple of seasons in the Premier League and did okay, not great in the Premier League, but I think can be a new part of my new look defence. Yeah, sure. It sounds like it's been branded by New Look there. Our River Island defence viewers, Jack OConnell joins us then, can play left back. It's going to be my left-sided centre-back ahead of Alex. But again, the two of them, if Jack doesn't perform, we've got someone to bring in straight away. Oh, backup goalkeeper alert. Alfie Whiteman, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, been at Tottenham, 1.6 mil, just a backup goalkeeper. Might sell him on one day, who knows? It's a lot of money for a backup goalkeeper, but the English quota, important. Now, two more centre-backs to talk about, and it's one of those obvious names to bring in as a Premier League side that are trying to go to the next level, but aren't there quite yet. It's James Tchaikovsky, of course. Now, he is a free transfer ordinarily at the start of Football Manager. That was in the final year of his contract, right? So you can usually pick him up quite cheap. He's under a new deal at Burnley. We've decided to get him in, 425k. Him and Jack OConnell. It's strong, hopefully, big, good aerially. They're all the things I'm hoping will exist. And again, will give us a little bit more steel through the centre. Big upgrades on, the thing is, they're not amazing defenders for the Premier League. They're just good defenders. But considering what we had previously in Jamal Lascelles, in Clark Salter, in Excellent Marvin, we've leveled up a little bit. And that was the goal with this window. That's the plan, to finish top half. And James Tchaikovsky could be a top half defender, in my opinion. So welcome, James. Again, 425k, nothing. I've also signed Chris Smalling. Jamal Lascelles' role needed filling, so I've gone for 34-year-old Chris. I rang Wayne. I was like, Wayne, come on, you must have someone over there. No, I don't want Jesse Lingard. I will take Chris Smalling, yeah, bring him over. 13 grand a week. You must be joking. I don't know how I've got him so cheap. Roma have let him go. Back to England he comes then. He had an okay time last year at Roma. Welcome back, Chris Smalling. So if you have to play him, there's no harm done. Great positioning, great tackling, marking, jumping reach. You know, he's decent. Let's go to another loan acquisition then, and that centre of our midfield is crucial. For those who aren't familiar, we play a 4-1-3-2-none. So a man to play in the centre, occasionally to play out wide as well, is Gabriel Vilovich. Now, this is the kind of player we are looking for. Great off the ball, good passing, decent vision, great dribbling, good finishing, and the physical attributes to go alongside that. Only 20 years of age. Bayern are going to want him to play games. They're going to want to see him hopefully score some goals as well. And the role that we're going to put him in should enable him to do just that. Last year, and this is the key bit for me, playing for Bayern's second side, 26 goals, 9 assists. Welcome to the team, Gabriel. You are going to fit right in, my friend. I think he's got everything we need. Runs through the centre, tries tricks, strong on both feet, can go in both directions. I like it. I like it a lot. And this is where the story starts to hurt, okay? He hasn't got a work permit. Welcome, Hugo Felix. It's a great addition for the team. And if he could play, oh, imagine. Now, we can apply for a work permit quite soon, which isn't the end of the world. But 4.5 million for Hugo Felix. Look at him. We'll come back to him next summer or in the January or when we can get his work permit approved. It's a shambles. I'm surprised he still wants to live in Derbyshire, if I'm honest. But Hugo, good to have you back, mate. It's good to have you back. He's not been here before. All right, he's not been to Walton Towers. That's how it works. All right, 2 to go. This is the penultimate deal then. And you can see the value there, 30 to 37 million pounds. Jordan Veretout has signed for us, again, to be one of those central midfield options. He's like a good version of Will Hughes, viewers, with some finishing ability, great passing, great off the ball, runs from midfield. Even at 31, I think he's just what we need. The key thing, and yes, he's been at Aston Villa, you know, we'll get over that. The key thing is, how much did he cost me? He was free. And that is why I'm quite excited. Didn't play a lot for them in previous years, but you look at that first year he had at Roma, he may have been on set pieces, viewers. I've not got the background on him, if I'm honest, but a goal-scoring midfielder. And he seems to have been that his entire career before the move to Roma, where he sort of settled into a more defensive role, perhaps. But I still think, again, composure, off the ball, finishing, decent pace and acceleration still at 12 and 13 is good enough right now. Tom Lawrence tells me that. But with the passing ability, with the technique and the work rate to go alongside it, and that vision, we might have got ourselves a player here. Free transfer, this is This is good. Chef's kiss. And finally, we spent our second most amount of money on a fast central midfielder. Get your guesses in now. And if you said Joe Willock, you'd be correct. He joins us then, £10.5 million, and Vilovich, Veretout, I guess you'd probably say it, and Joe Willock, that then is potentially our new midfield three. And you're thinking about the squad that we'd already had here, the depth we've got to deal with is quite sensational. Of course, if you're new to the series, you're probably thinking, well, this is great, Ben. Great transfers, but what does the squad look like? Boom. This is what we're working with then. If we go by position, you can slowly start to see what we're working with. In terms of ability, Michael Elisi, Bilich is still here as well, Veretout, Raya, Hughes, Baldock. It's still a strong enough side to do some damage. And with this tactic in place, with this three in midfield, I'm quietly confident. Worth noting, by the way, our defensive. Oh, Vertout's injured as well. Are you kidding? There are still some additions I would love to make and haven't made due to a few different types of restrictions, really. 7 million left to spend, though, and deadline day not too far away. We may well come back to this and figure out what's what. Vertout's going to have to step out, I realise, for this upcoming game, and Chair is going to come in. We play Middlesbrough, and we're going to do that today. And by today, I mean, for me, tomorrow, because I've got to go deal with Doug. But I will see you in a moment. I'll be wearing different clothes. My hair will be combed slightly differently. He combs it. Yeah, I do comb it. I'll see you in just a moment. Right then, Middlesbrough, here it comes. Future me, how you feeling? How's the throat? Mine still hurts quite a lot. Hello, former me. Hello, I'm good. Yeah, throat's much better. So with a cough, but we're not here for my medical history. Changed the lighting, hair's longer. Liverpool won the FA Cup. The New York Rangers have progressed through in the Stanley Cup. It's been a good weekend. I haven't spent 4 days dealing with Doug. I was waiting for the intro, but it's nice, isn't it? So, Strikerless, 3 years. Let's talk about this team. So, it's fair to say we are definitely stronger than we were last season. Squad-wise, you think about the options we've got off the bench now. You look at the bench as it sits there, it's a lot stronger than things we've had before. Bringing in Michael Elisi and having Zaha either side, and then Dean Garner to come off the bench and still be a very similar player to what we've got is going to be pivotal. Like, we've still got a bit of money left, 7 million quid. There's still options for us to bring in 1 or 2 more players. There are a few areas I'm nervous about, and I don't want to pinpoint Jordan Lukaku, but while I really like his physicality and all the things he does going forwards, there is sort of this defensive worry and lack of technical ability. Heading ability is a big worry, but we'll see. Look, it's been good so far. I just think it doesn't concentrate either, which is bad. We've definitely leveled up the squad a little bit, and of course, not being in Europe could play into our hands quite a lot because that will be the goal for this season. The season preview suggests otherwise, 13th place, but I think the mix down to maybe sort of Leicester, down to sort of Southampton, that gives me some hope we can maybe be in around there. Now, Middlesbrough, 1,000 to 1 to win the Premier League this year, and that's who we face first then this season. A very good pre-season for our boys, but let's see, can we win the Premier League with Strikerless then? Ray will be in goal, Baldock, OConnell, Lukaku, Bilich, I'm just going to start his name again, Vilovich as well in there with Willock and Chair, Elisi one side, Zaha the other. I'm expecting big things from this boy. No pressure, mate, but you are sort of the star in all of this now, so make it work. Now, that right wing position, in all of the times I've tried this entire system, is difficult. Chris Smalling, 25. It's difficult. It's always been a bit of a challenge for me. It's always been a bit of a problem for me. So, let's see. Can he get like a 7.1? That'll be good. And how will the right backs do? Of course, we're playing a team that we should, in theory, be beating. So let's not put too much pressure on ourselves. Although I've applied a lot there. But we do have to change attitudes a little bit. We finished 10th last year. To give you some context, that's where we were last season. This year is about doing it even better than that. So here we go. Derby County, 3 years strikerless. We've got a throw in. Get excited. As some nice passing from us. Very casual, very coolly done. Out to that side. Nice touchdown as Tavernier goes inside to Frabotta, who then plays the ball forward. And we're back on it again. Lukaku then driving forward, the pace of him, finds Wilfred Zaha, goes for goal. I've not got enough money to replace him. That's the problem. I haven't got enough. Dean Garner's about to come in, the best left-sided player we've got, as that ball's flicked on. Now, of course, a new back two for us. Alex, of course, is back as well, but we've got Tchaikovsky there. OConnell is going to be part of the side as well. So we've got combinations to play at the back a little bit. There are still, let's say, some areas I'm worried about. Left back's one of them. Sort of the backup anchor man. Is that just Will Hughes now? I don't know. I feel like we've got a very specific player in Bilich, and I'm not sure we've got too many others like him, as that ball through the middle has cut us completely open, as Raya makes a brilliant save, and then casually we clear the ball to, well, no one. There's no one there. That's sort of how it works. Now, I'm thinking, look, as long as we're using some form of strikerless. It doesn't matter what form of strikerless that is. Of course, we're starting with this one, but I'm prepared to experiment a little bit with strikerless. I feel like I understand it quite well now. I understand what makes it tick and what really hurts it. So I'm curious to see if there are ways this season that we can maybe alter it just a little bit and make it maybe more effective, or maybe give us chances that are a bit more clear cut. He says that. Vilovich racing forward. Can this be his opening goal? It's a good save from the goalkeeper 8 minutes in. Yeah, there are different ways we can try our things, of course. We can play around with the fullbacks a little bit. We can change some of our defensive lines perhaps as well, as it's having a brilliant run on that side. Played in. Oh my God, it begins. The new era starts now. It's a brilliant run down that left-hand side. And the ball in. Danilo Pereira with a great header. We've decided, Alissi there, not covering himself in glory, but he's not there to defend. Baldock should be getting across and helping him out a little bit more. What else is he doing? Do you know what I mean? Brilliant header, rising above Alex, and it's 1-0 Middlesbrough. Great. Derby Middlesbrough feels such a sort of 2001 Premier League clash. I'm glad that I'm here. All right, what we really want to see is us perform at a higher level. I'm just looking at Alissi there on a 6.4. Welcome to the... He's loving it. He's loving it. I'm glad we spent, what, 39 million on him, whatever it was? I'm pleased. Really happy we're on it so far. OConnell then into chair, and now in possession. This is always where we do our best work. Not without the ball, but with it. As there he goes, racing forward. No, it makes me excited just to see him on the move. Turn back, find the perfect pass. Zaha's there, heading it. I mean, I don't know why he's heading. Zaha back to Willock again. Let's again build something from the back, make it work. Alissi, oh my God, if that goes in, we're on the pitch. We're on the pitch. That was exciting. Wow, more of that. Look, a chance. It happened. I've just realised. Do I have the instructions on him to do? Yeah, no. Now he's perfect. I've fixed him. Hold up the ball. Bring others into play. Use your craft and your guile. Don't worry about... Look, you'll be fine. He's won the ball back as well on that side. Lays it off to George Baldock. And now it's a case of working the ball probably out wide to then hopefully facilitate a runner. Although Alex is on it. Goes all the way back to Raya. And now it's important that we keep the ball. And our shape here is as it's always been. That's sort of why I want to try it as well, right? We've seen this system a lot. What other versions of Strikerless could we maybe... play around with, as there he is. So let's see, lovely ball through. Vilovich, he's powered it in. I think, well, I'm not sure. He's run very fast off the screen. I thought he was on. I think it's very, very close. I think the lines might even be overlapping with this. Will we get the goal or not? We do get the goal. Okay, well, I'd love to see the lines regardless. It's brilliant work from Michael on that side, driving infield, lays it forward, and there is a powerful finish. Blimey, Derby 1, Middlesbrough 1. Wayne would be proud. Are we going to get to see these lines? We are. Again, I'm going to say they're overlapping. They aren't at all. So... Good knowledge. It says tight offside. Not even that tight, viewers. Not even that tight. 1-1 then. So far, so good. Our fullback's not quite as aggressive as they need to be, but, you know, it's not too bad. One of the formations I want to try, and you'll judge me for this, but I'm just going to tempt you with an idea, is, and I'll do it without saying anything, and then we'll just pretend it's not happened. So... And there we are. Let's put those back there and change them to what they were. Yeah, I want to try something maybe where I use 3 lines of 3. Anyway, well, who knows? Who knows? I've got some thoughts. Corner to Middlesbrough, by the way. We've not seen anything from them other than their goal as Baldock heads it clear. And look at that, the wingers are already pushed up. Wow, who knew? I've learned. As don't lose it in there though. This is where things get a little bit dangerous. Really nice play actually to keep it inside again, and now it's against a case of can we get it out wide? Maybe Joe Willock, the pace of him, the new addition, of course. How quick can he run? Well, we're going to test that theory. I'm hoping he's sort of perfect in my opinion. He's ready made for this team and this style of play. As that's launched forward. Now Wilfred Zaha again loves heading apparently now. Oh well, Woods missed the ball, and now Zaha races in on goal, finds Vilovich. There's Joe Willock. We were just talking about him. Well, we're celebrating. Middlesbrough seem unhappy. That defender Fry there seems furious. I think it's onside though. As Derby, we are going to take the lead too. Tight offsides. I mean, I don't know what to believe anymore. As the ball's played in, we were just talking about Joe Willock. I think that the fullback, the number 3, Frabrota, that keeps him onside. And Joe Willock converts. Again, how tight was this? It seemed this one, overlapping lines, I would say. Again, not even close. The lines are a lie, though, aren't they? The lines aren't true. Anyway, 2-1, we lead. And the high quality chances that we're creating right now, you love to see it. OConnell into Vilovich again. Lovely first time pass from him. Oh, by the way, first time passing in this system makes me all sorts of giddy, by the way. Lukaku. And I will say, if you just picked up the series and you've watched it for the first time and you're seeing Strikerless in action, that's what it does. Now, I know what some people are going to say. You're breaking the engine. Yeah, about time I did. I've been doing this for 6 years. Never broke the engine before. But the overload you see here, look, the lovely football. There's one fullback into my defensive midfielder, into a central midfielder, into a central midfielder, into a left back, forward to the right winger, and the finish on his debut in the Premier League for us. Michael Elise with the goal. Is it Elise? Might be Elise, and I've been saying Elise. Well, that's going to annoy Palace fans. All right, now we're cooking, and as a newly promoted side, Middlesbrough, well, they're not having as much fun as they were doing. Of course, this isn't even necessarily our fully fledged side. Veretout somewhere as well, ready to come into play. There's there. Oh, Michael's having the best time of his night. I might call him Mo because he's got. Oh my word, what a ball! I mean, that's not a good ball actually. It turns out because his initials are Mo. Can I call him Mo? No, probably not. It's a bit too Salah, isn't it? That's Chair on that side. That's a delivery. Knocked back forward to Zaha. The two former Palace boys combine. Then Wilfried Zaha makes it 4. Whoa, I tell you what, this is bloody lovely. Derby 4, Middlesbrough 1. And we are cooking on gas. That from Chair, by the way. Who knew about the aerial ability of these boys? Great touch from Zaha. Lovely finish. Keeper Lumley. Maybe do slightly better, but I'm not worried about what he's doing. All right, I'll praise them. How can I not praise them? There's a corner. Again, Middlesbrough. I love these little corners. Just trying to disrupt things. There's Fry at the front post. It can't happen. Chair's having a pretty quiet game of all the players on the pitch right now. So we're going to get him off. I may bring, I guess, Loftus-Cheek's the guy to bring on in this situation. Again, the strength of the bench now is really exciting. Michael on a booking, struggling a bit for fitness. Dean Garner's going to come in for him. 20 minutes to go. It's just nice to be able to make those changes. And the two subs we made there were basically just bringing on players that started pretty much every game last year. So it puts us in a nice position. Of course, as ever, the real test with this system isn't against the likes of Middlesbrough. But this is to kick off the season with some new players to see how they interact with each other. And 3 of them have scored. So we'll take that all day long. The changes basically kill the game off. And 4-1 winners. Strikerless works. That's as if we didn't know that already. But it working and it being able to transition itself into a Premier League winning idea, well, that's the thing that makes me excited. As there you are then, top of the league table with 1 gone. I'm excited to see, really excited to see where this goes from here. There we are then, lovely stuff. Next episode then may well be some transfers, but of course we've restarted the series a little bit. If we could go for 3,000 likes, 3,000 too many, 3,000 likes to see if we can do it to re-energize the series just that little bit. And hopefully we'll see then with these new boys here at Derby County what we can do. Leave your thoughts as ever in the comment section down below. Follow me on Twitter, Discord, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you soon. Of course, I'm live as well occasionally. Goodbye everyone, take care, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. Every day this week, promise.